they can get clarification. So welcome you all to this wonderful evening. So basically, meditation, pranayama, and yogasana. This is what we are teaching in a various levels of the program. So we have a various levels of the program. All I have is 4 programs, as I always say. It's called Diet. D for discover your inner dimension. It's a level 1 program, which is we are teaching Ashtanga Yoga, the 8 limbs of Ashtanga Yoga, to focus more towards the do's and don'ts, and then teach you pranayama. You can learn yogasana, and then a pratyahara and dharana, all the 8 limbs, and then take you to a clear understanding of how we can reach that living in the moment, or using wisely the time on the planet Earth. So this is where most of the people miss the opportunity. Why we are here, what we are doing, we get lost. So I want to remind you again and again, there is only one subject I have, which I am teaching in a various ways. So that one subject is, we should have a extraordinary energy to live in the present moment with the energy you gain from the past, and then the energy, the hope you have for the future. So the ease has been well executed based on your was and your will be. But in most of the situation, the ease, the present, gets suffocated by the past and the perturbed by the future. So it has been sandwiched between was and will be. So that is why we cannot live the well-being life or the blissful life on the planet Earth, because the design of the mind to hang over on the past or perturbed by the future. So how to let go this burden so that you can have a well-being? So that is the beginning of the spiritual journey. The well-being is the beginning of the spiritual journey. When you move forward, then you understand the quality of life within you, and then the quality of life outside. Right now, most of the people get suffocated because of the past, the was, and perturbed by the future, the will be, so that the ease is kind of not properly executed. So what we are doing here in the organic mind is to learn. First is learning. Second is practicing, sadhana. Third is executing. See, if you learn and practice without an execution, what is the use? If you learn something, it need to be applied to you and you need to get the result. If you don't get it, then it's just a matter of idea of, okay, I am learning this, I am learning Bhagavad Gita, I am learning Bible, I am learning Quran, but I'm a ritual guy, I'm a religious guy. But what is that is bringing that to your, to your life on a day-to-day basis? So that is what the focus of this programs. So level 1, as I said, I will introduce Ashtanga Yoga, which will be a good jump start program for anyone. You can start if you don't require a prerequisite. You just come in, learn, and you know what you are learning, and then you understand that the possibility of continuity, possibility of how to practice disengagement by engaging yourself on a daily basis. That's called practice. That's called sadhana. So once you learn, you do the sadhana, and then you do the execution, which is like you apply to your life and see yourself that wow moment. So then once you come for the Thursday programs, that's why I always say it's a very $1,000,000 question, how to get rid of the mind. The mind is the root cause of the problem, and the design of the mind in such a way that it get lost, it get lost in this seeking or lost in this journey. So you are here to walk on the planet Earth. In that journey, you get lost, no clarity. So now you gain the clarity. For that, you have to let go the mind so that you can have a blissful life. How to let go the mind? There are various programs, various methodologies, various things are available on the planet Earth. So many people are teaching. They call it as a inner engineering or art of living or a blissful living. There are so many scriptures are there, so many paths are there. Bhakti yoga there, jnana yoga there, karma yoga or a raja yoga. So many methodologies, so many techniques are available. Which technique, which method you want to choose, it's up to you. That what is suitable for me. Pick up the right choice and then start practicing, not following. Following is anybody can do. I can be a follower of somebody, but what is that benefit to you? What is that change in your life? A cognition is happening or not? If the cognition is not happening, the change is not happening, that means practice is no use. So I am seeing in my yoga students, those who are coming consistently, continuously with me, I am seeing them a big time change. And that is why that motivates me to take this further to many peoples. So because I got the confidence that this is working, and that's why I'm bringing that again and again to you over every week. I'm a samsari, just like you. I work for some company, but I find my time to commit for you on this journey continuously because I know the benefit of it. If you practice, if you are serious about it, sincere about it, there is a possibility to come out of that entanglement of mind or the come out of that box of baggage of or the suffocation room of ease, which is pressured by the was and pressured by the will be. You will be liberated because you understand the whole architecture of your mind, or you understand the whole what is this whole universe is all about, why am I here, what I am doing. Once you understand this, you are most liberated person because it gives you an enormous amount of energy, not spending too much on your was or not spending too much on your will be. You will be spending the quality time in the present by getting the experience of the past and having the hope for the future. That's all it is required. So level 2 program is a 2 days program. Once you come for a level one, after level 1 and you come for a Thursday programs, at least for an year, I would say you take level 2 program and you see the quality depthness there. Once you take the level 2 program, then I would say recommend to wait for at least 2 years to practice, to do the sadhana, to practice and practice so that you basically rewire your inner infrastructure. It's actually a rewiring process. How you learn, practice, and execute, which gives you a rewiring strategy inside. So basically, you rewire your patterns. Slowly, you have a cognition inside. Slowly, certain things can open up within you, which you are not, you haven't seen before, or something can let it go from you so that you are burdenless. So you will see that during the practice. So level 3, my first level 3, I haven't done it yet. There are like a 20 people who are waiting for my level 3. And we are going to do that this year as a pre-level 3 1-day program. But soon we are going to have that 3-day program of transform, I call it as. That's why diet is a discover your inner dimension. The I is a inner journey, which is a Thursday program. E is a empower your inner divinity. That's a level 2 program. And then the third program is called transform. So have patience, have a trust. Once you choose, okay, this model works for me, then you basically trust and you basically have patience and practice. That is most important thing. practice and practice, and see yourself whether something is changing within me, whether something is improving in my life, whether my relationship is better, whether my, at my home, am I good, or am I getting a blissful experiences wherever I am going at my work, or wherever I'm, at least I'm getting a recognition of my own pitfalls or my own thought process, my own reactions. Am I responding well to the situation? Once you get the response, how you respond to the situation, now you have a responsibility. From a You migrate from a reaction to responsibility. So that is all about the program in a nutshell. I put it in a very quick way. Based on your question, I will elaborate. Um, so I'll just share this, just 2 more minutes to explain you about this program. Then I will open up for a question. So this is our upcoming program. It's a conscious living starting March 25th. It's an 8 weeks program. It's every Thursday, 7 p.m. to 8 p.m. What we are doing here, I will explain you in a bit. The second part of the program is, or the another program combinedly, I'm offering Ashtanga Yoga, which is coming weekend, March 20th and 21st. This may be the best fit. If you buy combinedly, then you can do this 2 days program, which is like Saturday and Sunday, 8 a.m. to 11 a.m. I'm teaching yogasana, pranayama, and meditation. Maybe a good start for the beginners. And then a lot of people attend this again and again to get more, knowledge and reinforcement of what they are learning. So this is the best program for a jump start your well-being journey. And then come for 8 weeks thereafter, called Conscious Living, starting from March 25th. So in Ashtanga Yoga, I told you I'm teaching 3 exercise, which is yogasana for your body, and then pranayama for your pranamaya kosha, your pranic body, and meditation for your manonmaya kosha, which is your mental layer. So at this juncture, 3 exercise is minimum. You know what I mean? 3 exercise is minimum. Without that, you cannot survive. That's how the life is all about. So at this juncture, at least. So physical exercise alone is not enough. You need a pranic exercise, and also you need a meditation, the mental exercise. So that has been provided, and I will be explaining in depth of what is mind and what is thought. You will be understanding the Ashtanga Yoga of Patanjali's Ashtanga Yoga in a modern way. And then the conscious living program, what I'm going to do is I'll be talking about 7 different subjects. Yeah, 7 different subjects to directly give you an experience of tips of how to live consciously. So I'm taking 7 like ahar, the food about it. How you can enlighten yourself about what is the kind of a food you are intaking. Your body is a rearrangement of your food. And then vyayama, exercise. What is the necessity of exercise? And then various type of exercise. I'll be concentrating on that 1 week. And then I'm going to talk about niyama, the practices. How practices are important, what kind of practices you have to do to bring conscious living into your life. Direct methods and methodologies, what I am practicing with my family for the last, I would say, 5 years now. And I'll be providing that to you. And then smriti, mindfulness. Everybody's talking about mindfulness. What is the buzzword in the market? Mindfulness. What is it? I always say it's a mindlessness is the best word, but people are used to about mindfulness, which means it's not mind is full of something, but it is more something called awareness, consciousness about what you are doing and why you are doing. That is called smriti. Then aparigraha, the minimalistic idea. Now it is evolving in the world. Why the minimalistic idea is important? Why you should not waste more than what you require, what you need, so that you share with the world. So it's important at this point to learn what is about aparigraha. minimalism. And then the sixth part is seva, how selfless service can drastically or dramatically improve your inner well-being, which I'm going to explain. And then the last subject is bhakti, which is love, pure devotion. Bhakti is not based on a blind faith. Bhakti is more based on your pushing your mind to your heart. That is what the program is all about. So 8 weeks, we are going to practice pranayama as well as meditation along with the contemplation of all these subjects. And that is what I'm thinking is a unique of our program in the organic mind. So I took, I think, 20 minutes to explain you. I already talked about Ashtanga Yoga. So now the floor is open for question answer. You can ask all kind of question, whatever you have a doubt or anything you may have regarding the program or regarding what we are practicing and so on and so forth. Now it's open for question. The newcomers, you can ask if you have any question. I see a couple of you are there, I think. Otherwise, anyone can ask a question. It doesn't matter. I think all questions are valuable and one way or the other answer your questions. Oh, I did unmute all of you. Okay, I'm sorry. Yes, thank you.
Namaskar, Swamiji. This is Jagmohan.
Yes, Ji.
Can you hear me okay?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay. I want to go back to your initial talk about was, is, in the future. So I resonate with that, because if you can really zoom in on the present, then all the stresses which are connected to the wars or the worries about what may happen later on, they can go away. And that's one of my problems, by the way. I constantly think about why I could have done something different in the past for a different outcome. And what if I get the same opportunity in the future? I want to make sure I do that. I constantly think about that. I don't think I'm the only one who does that. A lot of people do that, right? So there, yes, I agree with you. But can you spend a few minutes saying what's the right way to actually force ourselves to think about the present? Obviously, we can't forget about the past. Things are in your memory bank. You need to tap into them to even understand what's happening right now. Right. But what should be discarded about the past so that you are at peace with yourself in the is?
Very good question. Actually, this is the this is exactly what every one of us are struggling with. It's very practical, as you said. How can I not take the past? How can I not worry about the future, or at least think about the future, so that my present will be better? And what to discard, what not to discard, and so on and so forth. So the question here is, you need to understand that the mind is designed as a tool for the humankind, as I always say, how a horn for a bull, and the certain things for the bees as the sting to sting and collect honey. Every creature on the planet Earth is provided with a mechanism to survive on the planet Earth. So do human being. And for human being, what is the mechanism has been provided is a thinking capability. So thinking process is your way of protective mechanism you have. What you can do with the thinking process? One is you can fetch a food. You can find out better how I survive on the planet Earth by looking your next meal. Second is, how do I protect myself from the danger? So this is the basic quality of your mind. Because of the basic quality of the mind is in such a way, it has a capacity to persist the past and also have an anxiety about the future. This is the quality of your mind. Once you give too much importance to the mind and you give your what you call that as the house key to the mind itself. The mind quality is to worry about the future and then feel bad about the past. That is the design process. But if you are more aware and conscious about your mind, that's called mindfulness or mindlessness or whatever you may name it as, you have an extraordinary energy to understand what to learn from the past. That means whatever it happened in the past, it will become assimilated, which means processed, which has been digested properly, and you get energy out of the past. And also, when you have a mindfulness and consciousness, you will understand the future, what you can do. So that hope give a beautiful energy from the future also. Now, your life in the present will be quality one, will be a better one, because you got energy from the past and you got energy for the future. So that will be a good will be a driving force in the present. What happens normally is the past always gives you have a tendency to analyze the past with the present knowledge, which is called the guilt. And you have a understanding of the mind quality is how it will be future. My goodness, whether I will survive or not. So that anxiety, you bring it. So now you brought two very stressful situation here for the present. That is why we lose the quality life. So to give you a short answer to the question is raising your consciousness very high. That means expanding your consciousness to the fullest will make the mind in front of the consciousness as a small. But in normal case is now mind has taken over the inner kingdom too much. Your consciousness is little bit. That is why we don't have a quality life. So the whole program of anything you go for a mindfulness, inner engineering, any program for that matter is aimed to shrink the mind to its normal form and expand your consciousness, which is always there, which is we are not expanding. I'm just saying in a way so that you understand that consciousness is getting expanded, but it's always there, but we never give any importance to it. Mm-hmm. That explains?
No, actually, very, very well said. So few of these things I try, but maybe it'll take some time. It's not quite there yet. Conceptually, I understand.
You are right, because that's why I am saying that the quality of the mind is such a way that, say, I always say is judgment or opinion about something. It's always there, but whether it is helping you to have a better life in the ease, then it is fine. But if it is perturbed or disturbing your ease, that's where the problem is. Otherwise, it will supply energy for your present and you live a very quality life. But if the past is not supplying the energy to live to the fullest, and the future is not supplying the energy to live to the fullest, that is where we get detour. That is where we get lost. That is where we have to read the scriptures. We read to listen to the discourses and everything to let you know that, okay, the life is impermanent. You are a traveler on the planet Earth. What are you sweating about? These kind of things has been reiterated again and again so that the mind can take its original form, not its gigantic form, which is no use. I just want to let you know, because the mind is, as I said, it's only used to survive on the planet Earth. There is nothing else.
Yeah, no, thank you. So I'll contemplate more and
yes, absolutely. And then try to listen, maybe learn different books and stuff like that too also. Then you never know when you get the click of understanding what I am talking about, then everything else makes sense. But until such a time, practice is the best methodology to come to that position.
And just quick, I don't want to take all the time, but a compliment to you. Thanks to you and doing all this pranayama that I've been learning from Thursday classes and before. I can vouch for it's definitely healthy.
Nice.
So that's a big. I feel the effect. I feel the energy. I feel less stress because of that. So that's all working well. Thank
Very
you.
good. Very good. Excellent, actually, because this pranayama is an age-old methodology, age-old technique, and this is not new to us and new to this world. So you can, as you said, please do it every day and see yourself what is the benefit you have. And I got benefited, my family got benefited. That's why I'm extending this to you all. So thank you for affirmation and confirming.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you.
Shabriji, are you in the near future sometimes thinking of starting actual classes?
Who is this?
This is Meera.
Oh,
Sorry, I just came in by a flight, so I'm not putting in on the video.
no worries, no worries. You know, I'm waiting for the situation to be normal. I don't want to rush into opening center. This one is, I mean, lot of people are liking it because it is supplied from the home and you don't have to travel. It's well fitting to the model, like a 7 o'clock.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
So, but having said that, my level 2 program or level 3 program, I cannot conduct through this medium. So definitely I'm going to reopen as soon as it is conducive enough for me to reopen, and I don't want to put anybody in pressure
Yes.
mode. Come for
Yes.
the program, actually. So yes,
Yeah, you know, I
looking
live in
forward.
Atlanta, so for me it's going to be 11 o'clock, but that's why I'm asking you, because I really want to join all these programs, you know. Rupa's my friend. I've been
Yes,
listening to you earlier. Yeah. So
absolutely. Yeah.
you are starting this program, the level 1, on this Saturday and Sunday, right?
Yes. Level 1 is Saturday, Sunday, and March 25th onwards, our regular Thursday programs.
Yeah, that is easy for. So that also will be the same time, right? And the
Yes.
night.
It's for you. I think
Okay.
if you are East Coast, it is 10 o'clock, 10 to 11.
Yeah, I just came in from the East Coast just not today.
I see.
Also, my question is that, you know, I've tried, I do pranayam, I do breathing, I do try to do meditation. But the most difficult part is to stop what you call the monkey chatter of the brain. The brain doesn't stop talking. So
Yes.
what?
Inner chattering.
Yes. So that is
Yeah.
the most difficult to focus. I mean, I've tried meditation. Sometimes, like once you did it, and I had an experience of out of body. You taught us
You were
virtually.
saying, yeah, you
Yeah,
were
but
saying that. Yeah.
yeah, but lot of times it is so difficult for that, you know, form to take place.
Yes. So that's why we say that that's a million. So everyone can say that what is the root cause of the problem is the mind. Oh, everybody knows. The
Yeah.
whole world can tell. And there are a number of books to talk about that. Mind is a
Yeah.
culprit and all those
Yeah.
things. But how to bring that mind to the monkey mind to, not catch the branch all the time. It catches one branch, and once it leave the branch, it catches another one, right? So the
Yeah.
monkey mind is, as you explained very well, yes, that is the quality of the mind. But the moment you understand the quality of the mind, you are liberated. Absolutely, you are liberated, because you understand your monkey mind. Someone the other day was asking to me, like, Shabriji, I'm getting this, depression thoughts or whatever it is coming on way. I was telling her, like, all you have to do is, when these kind of people, shady characters, knock your door, all you have to firmly say, sorry, who is this knocking the door? Oh, I am depressed thoughts. You just firmly say, I'm sorry, I'm not in a mood to receive you. Over. If you read, I'm casually telling, but this is the fact. If you have awareness and consciousness in such a way, the thought can be scanned in your system, whatever it is coming on your way. And that is the way you will be alert and awakened. So it is a practice because you would have served the community, you would have served the society for such a long time, taking a lot of work and everything in school, and so many conditions has been put on you. And how to come out of the conditioning is only by practice. That is why they say chitta malam, the impurities of the mind can get rid of only by practicing certain techniques. Either you do japa, either you do bhakti yoga, or jnana yoga, or whatever the yoga is. That is a continuous beating, continuous sadhana practice to let go the mind impurities. Mind impurity means the conditioning you created. It's a huge conditioning, not only social parenting, your religion, so many of them are sitting, your experiences, nothing has been compromised or completed yet. These are all sitting in our inner space, which will be a vibration in the present. That is why the inner chattering, they call it as compulsive thoughts, had become a disease in this modern day. So my humble request is, I was like you before, and I can come out of it. You can come out of it. That is my inspiration for you.
Yeah, thank you so much. Also, another question
Yes.
is that according to Ayurveda, I also follow that. It says that in the Brahmotsav, the morning hours from 5:30 to 8:30 or 9, that is the time you must practice the pranayam and meditation and all that. But a lot of time it's not possible. So does that also make a difference?
It is, I mean, when I say Brahma Muhurta, the morning time,
Brahmurat, yeah.
really look at it, the whole cosmos is calmed down, right? Everything, the both end of the 6 o'clock in the morning or 5 o'clock in the morning, and then evening, they call it a Sandhya. Sandhya means the one, in between the day and night. So it's the perfect time because it's more calm down the world and everything. But if you miss that bus, and I don't want you to miss the practice, it's okay to practice anytime you get up. That's what I would suggest. Don't worry about that. Okay, I missed Brahma Muhurt. What do I do? It doesn't matter. But if you practice well enough, it doesn't matter Brahma Muhurt or any place, you fall in meditation in no minute.
Yeah, but that's the trick we've got to learn from you.
Yes, that's a practice. I mean, in order to become a medical practitioner, you have to practice 5 to 7 years. In order to become a lawyer, you need to practice 7 years. In order to become a singer, you need to practice 7 to 10 years. And thing comes by that. It's exactly rewiring your inner arrangements. That's exactly called a sadhana.
Thank you, Shabirji.
Thank you.
Hello,
Yes,
Shabirji. I had a question regarding meditation. I was wondering, does karmas, like the karmas that we do, the wrong things and the good and the bad things, do they affect the meditation? And if they do, how do we overcome it?
Yes, actually, that's a beautiful question. That is a part of a mano buddhi chitta hangar, the mind component. So in the mind component, as I explained, it's always have a quality of, whenever you would have resisted life, it would have persisted. Resist means not accepting what is. Now, quality of the mind is whatever you resist, it get persist in your system, in your inner space. That persistence can be a what you call that as a residuals or the unresolved conflicts within you, and that is called leftovers of our janma or a day. Say, for example, if you would have not resolved a conflict today, that become a leftover tomorrow, isn't it? Your inner space, remember that that person has shown me something, talked to me something this way, that way, because you never resolved that area, and that becomes, and that creates certain condition within you, and that is become your pattern of your thinking. And that pattern of your thinking is called karma, nothing but that.
Okay.
You have enough willpower to rise above your mind. That's way they call it as transcending your mind. That means rising above your mind. You get the capacity and capability to let go your karma. The karma is there, but it no more powerful.
But what if our karma is not right? I mean, if we have done something wrong in the past, or if we haven't done,
Past, when you say
should
it
we?
is not in your conscious, unconsciously.
Yeah, I mean, if we have done something wrong in the past, is it a good idea to let go of it? Because
Absolutely.
it is.
Absolutely. Anything you would have done in the past, do not judge with your present knowledge, current knowledge. That is called guilt.
Right.
Have better knowledge today, but you didn't have 5 years before. But if you judge the past with today's knowledge, it would have been always like, man, why did I do this? I shouldn't have done that. It become a guilt. So let go your past, which you don't want to keep it. Let it go, no matter what it is. What a liberation. What a
Okay.
liberation.
But then they say that you have to. It is important to suffer for your karmas. Is that true?
No. Suffering is not in your life at all, unless you want to suffer. Suffering, bondage. Shankara says, Adi Shankara says, there is no bondage. Forget about liberation. That is a big statement. That means you are not here to suffer. The suffering is only in a thought, and you are not your thoughts. Therefore, you are not a sufferer.
Oh, okay.
So you should not suffer at all. Your birthright is to be blissful. You are Ananda, Sat Chit Anandam. That's what they say in our scriptures, right? Sachidanandam. That means you are born. That's what Adi Shankara is also saying. I am pure blissful nature. That's the original quality. Rest of the thing is all fake, China made.
Oh, all right. Thank you so much, Sabri. Thank you.
Good question. Yes. People think about karma in a totally different way and how to get rid of the karma. When you live the present, even you can change your past.
Oh, okay. Sure.
When you live the present in a right way, you can even change the past because you are evolving every day. You are a Parabrahman in a small body. What do you expect?
Right.
Why are you judging yourself? Right?
Right.
Don't judge yourself. That's why I say, do not joke come in your way. Judgment, opinion, and expectation, not only for others, but for yourself also.
Oh, for yourself too. Okay.
Yes,
I didn't know
absolutely.
that.
Absolutely. Write that down.
Sure. Thank you. Thank you
Yes.
so much. Thank you.
Sure.
But
Good
Shabriji, aren't karma carried over from one life to the other?
That's a big subject. I would say, let us even not even go for the previous one.
Okay.
Let us solve anything what happened yesterday or the day before yesterday or previous month or something. Before you go to bed, resolve everything. Going to bed is almost like a death,
Yes, of course. Yes.
right? Why to carry all those things and then lose sleep there? Before bed, have this full consciousness that, hey, I don't even carry my ego to my sleep. I let go everything. But you get the power of let go, even Janma Janmandra karma too, the moment you have an awakening experience in the present. That's what I said. When you awaken to the now, there is a powerful way to get rid of the past also.
Mhm.
Yeah. Thank you for the question. Anybody else?
Actually, when you said that things you did wrong in the past, don't feel the guilt, let it go, I assume that doesn't mean that you can continue to do bad things. Because if you do bad things, nothing stops you from doing that. But you're contaminating your mind even more, I think that's what you mean, so that you will never go beyond that if you keep putting more junk into it.
That is true. We are talking to a very responsible people here, and we assume here that when you want to let go your past, It does not give you any authority to do the same thing in the present so that I can let go the past again one more time. But every action, everything you do has a consequences within you and surrounding. So the more and more you become aware and conscious, you will become responsible. That's why I'm saying you will never able to do anything which is contaminating either to others or to yourself when that consciousness is rising inside you. So that is the one part of a good thing of people get awakened. They can become a very deadly people too, right? Because they don't have the idea of karma. They don't have the idea of a past. They don't have idea of a guilt. But when you go to that state of no mind zone or transcending mind zone, you lose the capacity of contamination. That's the beauty of it.
Yeah.
Yes, Rekha ji.
Oh, I just wanted to make a comment, especially
Yes.
about the whole revisiting the past. I mean, I found what's worked for me is when my mind goes in that direction, I have to actively shut it down because it's crazy to think you cannot change the past. It's already happened, number one. That's what I tell myself. And two, you were the best version of yourself in the past. So you made the best decision with the tools that you had then. So whatever decision you made was the best at that point. So there's no point changing it. You're a different person now. And third, I think whatever decisions you make in life points you in a different direction. So if that didn't happen, maybe you wouldn't be at this point. So there are often times when people reflect, oh my God, I should have done this, or I should have done this job or taken this job or this education. I know just looking at my pattern in my life, reason I didn't go there is because then I wouldn't have ended up here. And just briefly to say this guilt, resentment, and anger is just memory of the past. And fear is really, I mean, it's future pain. Right? And then when you don't take care of these emotional issues, then it turns to depression and shame when you just turn it inward. So it's kind of trying to figure out where's the emotional pain coming from and why are we still discussing?
Om Namah Shivaya.
That is why, that's a very good way you said that. That is why the ultimate technique of spiritual well-being is Aham
Now,
Brahmasmi, right? When we say Aham Brahmasmi, you are that, or we are that same source of whatever the supreme power. So that is the powerhouse is within us, should give you a complete idea of, you understand that the body, the memory, the thoughts you are undergoing, everything is just to have the journey on the planet Earth. Just to have a, this is just a journey on the planet Earth. Now, the moment you little bit away from, your deep down with your memory and your mind, you understand that, I am not my thoughts, I am not my memory. And you even lose the idea of judging yourself and torturing your past mistake or torturing yourself with your past or with the future. You completely liberate. That is why I'm saying more and more you have the art of quietening your mind, you will have more awareness and consciousness about your own thought and about your own mind. And that is called liberation, ultimately.
Yeah, and I think this whole karma issue, when certain things happen that I'm not going to say is bad or good, but when difficulties arise, I often found in retrospect, it looks like it happened for me and not to me, because there was a particular lesson that I had to learn. And if that didn't happen, then I wouldn't have learned
Yes.
that lesson. So a lot of the times when pain comes, it's really a lesson that you're supposed to learn. And you really can't sidestep it because it keeps on coming up until you learn that lesson.
Now, yes, when you not resist to what is, everything will be joyful. Everything will be an experience. Even something comes on your way, it has a message. If there is a pain comes on your way, there is a message embedded in it. So you need to read, you need to open it and read it and then grasp it. And that is why it is coming to you. It's your cup of tea which is coming on your way. So bowing down to what is, not I am saying that you should not do anything about it. It is like you do whatever you can, best of your knowledge, best of your ability. Beyond that, something coming on your way, there is absolutely should have an acceptance to what is, not resisting with that. Once you have an acceptance to what is, there will be a ultimate dimension will open for you, because you kind of transcend the mind. The mind usually resists, but you kind of transcend your mind, and now you can see the divine play there. I don't want to give you a hope or something, but this is really happens. So thank you for that question and comments. Joy was asking something. What is that question? Can you repeat that, Joy? Yes. You're on mute. Please unmute yourself.
Yes. My question was,
Yes.
how often should I have to let it go?
Can
If Arjuna and Krishna had let go, there wasn't going to be a Mahabharata.
True, but you have to see that the Krishna is the best example of that. Krishna didn't go and fight with Arjuna, fight with the Duryodhana on the first day. He actually given enough warning, enough alert, enough amber alert, enough things over and over again. And finally, last visit was made to Duryodhana court and asked, all right, forget about everything. Please give at least, small land to these Panchabandavas. Let them, live on the planet Earth. Now Duryodhana said, I will not give even a small place for them to land in this country, and I'm deadly against it. Now you don't have a choice. So you have given enough choices, and you know that after that, when you take a decision to fight, it is not a fight, it become a dharma against an adharma. And your consciousness knows that you are doing the right thing. There is no guilt, there is no doubt. This is beyond your mind. You will go for it. And now you bring justice. That is why, you are, I think you are a lawyer, I think, right? If you are in a judgment panel or in a somewhere you want to take a decision, the decision, if you take beyond your doubts, beyond your, you are not on one side, the clear clarity comes, and then you take the decision, and absolutely never feel guilt about it, because you know that beyond doubt it is right. The truth has only one language, and you will not be confused at all. At that point, you know exactly what to do, and dharma only within you. And you know beyond words that what you are doing is absolutely right. Know that beyond word. How do you know? I can't explain. You know it. And every one of us has that inner chip, which tell you, the inner tweeting, which is telling you that what you're doing is absolutely right. So you have to listen to that inner tweet, and which will guide you. That is called the inner guru. He will guide you to have that better experience.
I'm happy so long as you say it's okay to strike. Kidding.
No worries, no worries. No pressure on me. I always take a, what is called bail, saying that every one of us carries an interpreter, right?
Yes.
Right? Even though I am pulling a cotton ball outside, the moment you comprehend, it will become a color thread. So it's always there is a bailout.
Yes, thank you.
Good question. Good question. Thank you. I think that's one of the question always saying that what do I do? These there are a lot of people are there out which are evils, and what do I do with that? And as I always say, when the bunny comes to you, or a small bees comes to you, or a fly comes to you, or something which is not harmful comes to you, you know how to react. But when the snake comes to you, and something very deadly thing comes to you, you know how to react or how to respond. So a fish need not to be taught how to swim. They know by birth. And that's how the same way within us also. We know exactly our discriminative power, that is called the buddhi part of the mind component. which know discriminate exactly what is and what not to be done. And we don't have to teach anyone about that. They know by inbuilt. But today world, because of the mind has taken over too much, color has been added too much, we kind of lost our,
The discrimination.
yes, that is the problem. That is dangerous more than anything else. So at this juncture, what we have to do is we have to unlearn certain things so that we can use our innate intelligence to survive on the planet Earth, to handle things in a proper way.
True. Thank you.
Thank you. Fantastic question. All of you are asking wonderful question, actually. You know, it's 1 hour is gone. We have 5 more minutes, and I can stay back if you have more question. I don't have any problem. So please ask. This is the time you may want to. You may ask like, Shabriji, why are you doing this every week? I mean, why are you doing level 1? Why are you doing level 2? If there is no bondage, why am I doing practicing all these things? Is that one of the question any one of you has? Like, why am I doing these practices? Is that necessary? If there is no liberation, there is no bondage, then what am I doing here? Right? Someone asked me, someone can ask that question. So my answer to that is, the moment you understand there is no bondage, you are liberated. In order to understand that, you need to practice. That's all. It's a very simple mechanism. When you get that highest confidence, highest clarity that I am not bonded, you are liberated. Simple as that. Anyone can give you a certificate? No. It's a self-proclamation. It's a self-declaration that I am beyond this. No one can give you a certificate. Someone asked me like, Sabriji, how do I know I am enlightened? Right? The answer is, the moment you stop asking this question, you are enlightened. It's as simple as that. The moment you have a doubt, someone has to tell you that you are enlightened, that you are not.
So Sabriji, so enlightenment is a delusion?
Very good question. Okay, very good question.
Yes,
Actually, you want truthful answer, right?
exactly.
Yeah, it is not a delusion. It is not a delusion, but at the same time, this is not the product selling in the market also, right? Don't think that there is a dangling product called enlightenment, which I can buy. There is no such a thing. That's a shady product has been sold. But enlightenment is real in a way that you wake up from your Maya. That is called enlightenment. It is not enlightenment has been coming to you, but you are lifting that Maya within you. You fall in enlightenment. That's it. That is why I said that enlightenment is not a product has been sold outside, but it is something has been, kind of taken away from you because of the Maya. The Maya can be defined as your mind, your conditioning, your assumption, your association, your disturbances, your past, your future, everything put together, you can call that as a Maya. The moment you come out of the Maya, you fall in enlightenment. You understand that, all right, you know what? I was so stressed about myself, about all these things. Now I recognize. It's a small flip of the coin, small change in your inner space, but that should happen with the right time and right attitude and right focal point. And that is why they called it as dharana is the beginning part of the samadhi. Dharana means the highest focal point where you get steadfast concentration about your mind. The mind get converged and you will get the utmost clarity. And that clarity lift off that Maya. Now what left is enlightenment.
Thank you.
So it is not like a three, we always says that Shiva for destruction, Brahma for creation, and Vishnu for sustenance. These three work has been done by this, superpower. But there are two more additional work has been done also. This has been recorded in the scriptures. The two other is, one is create a delusion and liberation. So these two more has been done by the same power, which is doing the other three. So the delusion you are getting is also part of a lila, part of a play. And removing the delusion within you is also part of the lila, which is called a liberation. I just want to add these two lines also to that question.
So Sabriji, if like the power does not want us to get liberated, we will not get liberated.
No, the power is you.
No,
There is
I mean,
no
you
power.
said that Brahma,
There is,
Vishnu, and Shiva.
yeah, there is no power. That is why I'm saying the power outside has been cognized to go inward. The moment you go inward, you understand you are the power you are seeking for. That is called enlightenment. There is no power outside. The power you are looking for is you.
How about God? I mean, I thought God is the power.
The God is you. The Aham Brahmasmi, right? Tattvamasi, they say. Tattvamasi. This is all Mahavakya from Upanishad and Vedas. Tattvamasi. Mahavakya means Aham Brahmasmi. You are that. You are the God. That's I always says this beautiful story of 10 monkeys crossing the river, and then once they crossed, the guy started counting 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 9, and then he started shouting, "Man, we lost the 10th guy," and they are all going mad. Then the wise man going by, he said that count again. He count 1, 2, 3, 4, 9, and he took his hand and then put himself, saying that you are the 10th. You are the one whom you are looking for is you. So God has been created by the mind to get the dharana, to get that concentration, to get that supreme power of going inward. Once you get that dharana, the concentration, then certain things will be revealing to you, and you understand that I am part of the same energy. I am that energy. So it's a matter of time, which
But like, I feel like, are we so pure to be a part of that energy? I mean, like, God is so pure. Like, can human beings be so pure? Because we all make mistakes, and
yes. So
could
so
we be
you
so
tell
pure?
me that you have a ornament, golden ornament, right?
Right.
If you have a golden ornament, when you are looking at the golden ornament as a necklace, right? Or the bangles, do you see a gold? You don't see a gold. You see a bangles, or you see a necklace. You can't see the gold. The moment you see a gold, you can't see the bangle, or you can't see the necklace.
Right.
Avastha of God and you. The moment you see as a human, you can't see God. The moment you start seeing God, you can't see the human. Exactly like the gold. The gold has been adulterated with a copper in order to make an ornament. See, if you don't add a copper, you can't make an ornament.
Right.
Same
So
way,
we have
the energy has been adulterated so that you have an experience as a human, but you are the same energy.
So we have to get the adulteration, get rid of that adulteration.
You
That's
don't
what.
have to get rid of the adulteration. You recognize that my adulteration is not an adulteration. It is just a mere fact. It's just a mere design. That's it. You are liberated.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you, Sabriji.
Sure. But I'm not saying, don't take me wrong, that if you have a high idea of God or something is not there. I'm not saying that, because you understand that I always says the dusk deer whose body emanates a nice smell, but the dusk deer does not know, the Kasturman does not know that the smell is coming from its own body. It goes around the nook and corner of the the jungle to see where that is coming from. The moment you understand it is coming from its own body, that's the end of the seeking. End of the search.
Right.
The same
Right.
way, we are looking for God every nook and corner where you are actually looking for yourself. That jnanodayam, that jnana yogam will happen eventually. Don't worry about it.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Sure. Any other question? One more I can take.
Isn't there that one story about the Devi mother who basically took away the knowledge by creating this false universe so you can basically eradicate the tamas, rajas, and sattvic ego in you so you can be one with them? Because even that story of how powerful she is, putting Vishnu to sleep. Do you know that story?
Not that I heard, but the Devi and Shiva can be explained in a little more deeper, which means Shiva, we call it as Purusha and Prakriti. This is called Shiva and Shakti. Prakriti is an expression, it's a movement, like an atom, electron, proton, neutron. This is the Prakriti, which has a movement, which has a matter. But the Higgs boson, the consciousness, or the space which is ajala, there is no movements, that is called Shiva. So the Prakriti comes out of the Shiva. The Prakriti is required for the movements. That is why they say Devi is the one who can liberate you. The Devi is the movements. Devi is the one, you, who is looking for Shiva, the space, in meditation. So this is the root of what I am talking about. But when you bring that as a story, there are so many varieties of story in our Idihasam and Puranas and all those things. Everything is boiling down to this one aspect of that. Is why we need to understand Buddha happened on the planet Earth for a reason. Buddha take you to the thought level, take you to our core principle of Upanishad and Veda, take you to the thought level, beyond mind, beyond your plus and minus, your duality, good and bad. So that is the ultimate. So stories, I didn't hear this particular story you are saying, but there are many stories like this, all bottom taking you to the inner space of you.
Yeah, and strictly speaking, the whole illusion aspect, like just listening to this person, was all about the Devi Matas when he says, you know, you're looking at your nose, but it's a nose, but underneath that there's muscles, you know, and underneath that there's cells, and then underneath that there's, you know, protons, electrons, and they're all in movement. But what you're actually seeing is something that's solid and that looks like a nose, but that doesn't mean it's really real because you are interpreting it with your five senses, but it's actually fast moving. That is the illusion, because all you're seeing is through your senses, and that's very limited.
Correct. I think
That's the illusion.
that is how we want to use the modern technology to understand things in a brighter and broader perspective. And what you said is right. If you go beyond atom, it is subatom. When you go beyond subatom, it is molecules. And if you go inside the molecules, it's electron, proton, neutron. Now they find out Higgs boson, which is a God's particle, which has no movements. It is not there, but it is there. It is a completely a space. And this whole universe and the whole thing has been completely filled with this space alone. 99.9999% is just a space. Only left whatever the percentage is the matter. So what we are having as an illusion is exactly what they are talking about. And this has been cognized and perceived by the drishta, the rishis, then that, and that's why they are telling Aham Brahmasmi. Your inner kingdom is nothing but Higgs boson, consciousness, pure energy you are. So this understanding helps you to live a quality life on the planet Earth. That's how you have to connect today's life with this experience of spirituality. That's how, at least I want you to teach how to connect, together these two things.
Thank you.
And Thank you so much, and very active participation. And thank you so much for all your question. And I believe I answered up to my understanding at my visionary or whatever it is I spoken. I'm recording this, all these things. It will be available in the YouTube and my channel. And thank you for coming. And if at all, if you have anyone has any question other than this, feel free to send me an email. I'll be happy to answer you. And this weekend, we have level 1. Whoever signed up and whoever hasn't come last time and who paid, I put your name, please come and we'll have a blast. 2 days. And
Thank you.
you have a question, Joy?
No, I don't know.
Thank you. And have
Thank
a
you,
good
Sabri.
Thank you, thank you, thank you,
Thank you so
thank you,
much.
thank you.
Thank
Thank
you,
you,
Sabri.
Sabri. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you
Thank you
very
so
much.
Thank you. Thank you.